the sound.
And the light.
On the sound. We have the sound. And we put the other on as we find it. There we go.
Okay. Stove's
There we
loaded.
go. Oh. Is it still fire?
Oh yeah, I loaded it when you were gone earlier. Kept
Oh,
it going.
good. I'm freezing. So what does it do around here today?
I got the car fixed.
Did you?
I did.
Did you get it back?
I did. Mark brought me to
Oh,
pick
good.
it up. Yeah, it was a O2 sensor.
What happened?
An O2 sensor. One of the sensors in it.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Boy, are you lucky. Maybe the only other thing I think is most people who have their card right now, they're getting more for it than they would have paid for it.
Yeah.
The cost of used cars is just so high.
Oh, that whole strip of car dealerships we'll buy your car for cash.
Right. What is it now? Wait a minute.
What are you looking at?
I didn't. No. I really don't think so.
You're silly. Go get your bone. Where's your bone?
Jan! Good old Jan! Mailed it on the 28th. On the 28th. You better look in there and sure there's not $1 in there, because that might be. Oh, I got it. There we go. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. Oh. All right.
I'm smelling peanut.
Silence is a friend who will never betray you.
True.
Never put off until tomorrow what you could do the day after tomorrow. Okay. This is Janine. Equine Rescue Network. Okay. Okay. Donor view.
Just drinking.
Do they smell funny?
Peanut butter.
Got it. Okay. Ah. Okay. That's software service. Huh. Hmm. Personal proposals to me?
Ooh.
From the hospital? They don't come in envelopes like that. You can have that envelope.
Right.
Oh, it's this time of year. It starts out that way.
That means they want something.
Yep. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
All right. That's it. We had no packages.
No packages.
Nothing.
Oh, wow.
I think they all knew that you had a busy day.
Uh-huh.
They all knew you had a busy day today.
I did. God
You
damn.
did.
Oh, I just had breakfast.
Did you have your steak
I
for
did.
lunch? How was it? How did it
It
come
was
out?
it was wonderful. Actually, did Mark take the other piece, which is in the a plastic bag right in there, right sort of chest high? No, not over there. It's right at belly high.
Gone.
Gone.
Yes.
That's good, because that, I think, was the best piece of steak I've had.
Really? You keep
Almost.
on getting better and better and
I
better.
am. I'm getting better. We're better than the other option. Hello? Hi. Hold on. I think she's saying, is the mic on? It's on, isn't it?
It's on.
I can't hear. Is that what she's saying?
Let's see. Hi there. That's okay. What's going on?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. It has a little bit of a delay on there. Oh, there you go. Well, hang tight. It'll be coming up shortly. You too. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Miss Carrie, for calling. Appreciate it. No bother. No bother at all. It's good to hear from you. Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye-bye. She forgot there was a delay.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Well, the day started with somebody told Janine there was 100 bales of hay over in Hamilton somewhere for free. 100 bales of hay, that's $1,000, right? So I started on that project early, and when I got over there, it was at what I knew belonged to a woman named Deidre Peary. And her husband was, I believe, the general prosecutor for the entire telephone company. It was very wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
She used to drive a forward hand of big horses, four of them out there. Her claim to fame was she almost drowned her mother-in-law in the swamp with those horses at one day. They got running with her. They ran into the swamp, and it was a big mess. But nobody got hurt. It was very messy. But she used to compete with those horses in England. This is 4 big horses and a carriage and the harness and all that. She'd fly it over there and compete, and she was good. But
Wow.
she's the one that I started kind of making fun of a little bit. You know, because she did everything right. And I had donkeys. She'd take her horses off her monstrous trailer, which held the 4 of them. They all had on matching blankets and leg wraps and everything. Everything was. That's when I had somebody make blankets for my donkeys out of blue jean material, and I had a red handkerchief out the pocket. It was cute. So I lead all my donkeys off a trailer. It was, and you know, at that point, it was funny. They all eventually. It must have taken about 2 years. Somebody stood up at a meeting once and said, "The problem with this club is Carlene's the only one having any fun." They all did everything absolutely perfectly, the whole lot of them, and then there was me. And it really was funny. That's when I drove 4. That's when I was learning.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That was an old wagon.
Yeah.
I went from that to a circus wagon that was much too heavy for the poor donkey at the pole.
That's
Any
so
rate,
funny.
it was fun. It was fun. The donkeys they were just fun.
Yeah.
And everybody
They're
was
more
always,
reliable.
the whole episode was different. I mean, you have a horse, you have to stand there and hold it, because if you don't, it's going to do something wrong. You know, the donkeys would come spilling off the trailer, all loose. You know, and they knew I had grain for them along the side of the trailer, so they just, you know, and stand there, and it was funny. And the front team had chimes. Their harness had bells it stood up. The donkey was only 30 inches tall, but the bells were another foot. At any rate, those damn bells, people thought they were nice, but not when you had to listen to them all the time. Oh.
So what happened when you got to the,
Well, anyway, it was Deidre Peary's place. She has a dressage ring, which has a little fence around it that's that high. It is white sand. It is raked absolutely smooth. Jeez. She had a full-size greenhouse, so there are plants all over the place. Where she raised them herself, and she was an expert in things like orchids.
oh, really?
Yeah,
What is that?
all over the
Horticultural?
all over the place.
Horticulture?
I mean, she did everything right. It was painful. Oh.
Oh, that's so funny.
But anyway, apparently the property has been sold, and there were trucks there taking stuff out. I really wished I was in on that deal, because there must have been some very interesting crap. There are about 20 buildings on the property.
Ooh, really?
Some of them, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but she was something else.
Hi.
I went to a Christmas party at her house once, and the front door opens, and it's 2 stories high, and she had a Christmas tree that tall,
Oh,
all perfectly decorated.
I'm sure. Oh.
And then, of course, these other houses had all her help that
Mm-hmm.
helped her do all this.
Wow.
If I was lucky, I had a bunch of kids somewhere. It's funny now, because the kids now, I just met one of the kids just recently who is now running the myopia hunt. I have a picture of him trying to straighten out my donkey harness when he was like 12.
Wow.
Huh. Interesting.
Very interesting. Did you get the hay?
And we got the hay. We got 72 bales, went over to Meredith, and 32 came here. And I hope somebody told Matt to put him in the... You think he could figure that out maybe himself, or we don't... Did he put him in?
It was still there when I,
Well, it's
when
supposed
I
to
got
rain
back.
tomorrow.
Is it? We can throw him
Probably
a
ought to...
text. We'll text him.
Probably ought to text him somehow and tell
Yeah.
him.
All right.
If he's not going to put it in, cover it up.
Right.
It's decent hay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Alrighty. Sam K says, welcome to Mail Call. The sound is on. Thank you, Sam. And Anita Fio says, I thought I was late. Guess I lucked out for once. Oh, there's Momo. Two Cat Mom says, is there anything special planned for the camera people for Christmas Eve on camera like you did last year? It was very nice and enjoyable to watch last year for us who have nowhere to go on Christmas Eve. I have been doing a lot of thinking, and I haven't yet proposed anything yet to Carlene, so you must practice your wait. But I have been thinking about it.
Want me to sing?
They don't want me singing, that's for sure. Bluebird said, look, I'm a weenie dog. Look how long this dog looks. That's so funny. SDP Paul says, who was the new helper with Jamie this morning? Her name was Maureen. And she got a very nice surprise picture that she's going to be posting on Explore if she hasn't already. That involves teddy bears. So if it's there.
Is that what that was all about? I saw people wandering around with teddy bears. What on earth?
Yeah, she wanted a picture, and so we staged it.
Where did you get the teddy bears?
Jamie came out with them. I have no idea where she got them.
They,
Maybe Maureen brought them.
I used to have them on. I carried them on the donkey carriage.
Oh.
The last parade I did with the donkeys, I had a stuffed bear. I had the stuffed bear in the driver's seat, and I was walking behind somewhere. They were wandering up the street.
Just just let them go.
There you go. Well, why would they want to jump into the crowd, which is jumping around? Hey, forget it. They stay right in the middle of the
Right.
street.
Yep. That's great. All right. Okay.
Ugh.
Crafty wants to know who was in the ice kennel with Bianca. That would be Chloe. Chloe is here for today playing. UCLA mom says, hi Carlene, just a reminder that this month Social Security is going up and for some reason her Medicare monthly premium went down. Well, that's a
What the
score.
hell?
She got a win-win on that one. Sam Case chimes in saying, yes, also the deductible has gone down to $233.
Huh.
And UCLA mom says, I have AARP secondary plan F, so they pay my deductible. That plan is no longer for
New folk?
must be for new folks. Okay.
Ugh. Ugh.
Crafty wants to know
Oh,
how
the
are
newspaper article.
Did you find it?
They didn't put it in last time, so I'm one up.
Hey.
So I don't have to. But you're right, it is Friday, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't forget your newspaper article.
I was telling Mark funny stories coming home, and I said, geez, I have to remember those because I haven't even started in on telling those funny stories. We better ask Mark what they were. Because I can tell you right where I was, right by the pub down there, and it was crossing that river, and it was like a whole sequence of stuff, like animal episodes, or I don't know. Jesus, I forgot those things. And
All
I
your
did
animal
again.
episodes, you have a whole index card thing full
I
of them.
know. You're right.
Mm.
No, this was a whole separate
So
concept.
do you think that you're going to continue an article for next year? Because I think you promised him 52.
Right. Yeah, I'm up to about 48, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting close there.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Huh?
I think you should.
Okay.
Because I love your stories about animal episodes. I have been here for 30 years talking to you about animal episodes. Love every single one of them.
Huh. You do?
I absolutely do.
Well, you better ask Mark what it was I was thinking.
I can do that. But you know what? I think you have a bunch of pictures around that you can actually help jog the memory. Like, okay, you can you can take a picture of that picture and submit it. And
As soon as somebody mentions one to me, though,
It'll come back.
I can call it up pretty well.
yeah, because when we found those old pictures before, you were like, oh, that happened.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you don't know what you had for breakfast this morning, but you remember this
Right.
stuff 15 years ago.
Yeah, I had a bunch in here, don't I have?
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
them all.
there they are.
There they are. And we found that book. Remember the book that showed?
You found it?
Yeah, well, I gave it to you. It's a binder that should be around here, and it showed how much you made per episode, who went with you,
Oh.
and I think it was the animals that you had to bring with you for that specific shoot.
Oh, that's what's on these cards.
Mm-hmm. But you had a spreadsheet, books,
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
and I
That's
don't know
funny.
where you put them, but we'll have to find them because it was pretty cool. I
Isn't
think
that
you
weird?
should. You should find out from the editor if you can. No pressure.
No pressure. Well, see, there's this ERN. You know, what I was going to propose to him maybe is to have an animal page and have Service Dog Project and ERN, because there's an awful lot of funny stories with ERN too.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, Janine getting the sexes on the goats is,
Oh, getting that wrong. Yeah.
you know, there's a whole bunch of,
Yeah.
and it's always these things that have gone wrong that are so
That's what you can
amusing.
name it. Animals gone wrong.
Animals going wrong.
And you can talk about your
Yep.
times doing
Yep.
your animal episodes, from goats ripping someone's pants.
Yeah, we've done that.
Yep.
I
That
did
would be fun.
I did that with a laser beam and a Jack Russell. Had to bite the postman in the rear.
Hmm.
and they put his wallet. They padded his rear with the wallet.
That had something,
Yeah,
Food
and
of
that's
some-
what I was to target. I had a Jack Russell that went berserk over laser beams. So I just shot him in the rear and it worked. You know,
surprise.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that
But
would be
there was a
fun.
whole category of stuff that I said to Mark, hey, Dad, do something. I don't remember those.
Oh, we gotta get to him quick before he forgets.
Right, he's not much better, so
Mhm.
here we go.
You ever think about talking into a recorder and just recording your ideas, and that way you
Oh, yeah.
have them?
I have a lot of recorders. Eventually I get so screwed up I can't straighten it out. Other people, oh, write a book, you know. Yeah, well, I already did, damn it. Just find it and put it together, you know. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Back to this. Let's see. UCLA mom says also if you're a senior on insulin, the cost drop to no more than $35. Well, you don't have
What
that.
happened?
Insulin,
Oh.
the insurance. No.
Well, I got Dilantin. If that was $35, I'd be thrilled. It's like $800 a month. No, 3 months.
Wow. What if you used one of those good RX cards? Will that bring
They
it
don't
down?
have. They have generic. And of all the pills to not screw around with generic,
Would be that one.
and the generic does not have a perfect reputation that Dilantin itself does. So
Oh, gotcha.
I spend the money and I pay the full because insurance will do it.
Wow.
And I was worried about the supply chain.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's how I got into the $800 one day, because I went down and I got 3 months ahead, three
Right.
bottles ahead.
Hmm.
So I have about a year's worth of Dilantin
Good.
stored.
Good. All right. Wildflower says, this is where I learned to love donkeys big time. Donkeys are great.
Donkeys are great. I see. I really want to put together that donkey pack race. Yeah, I got to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of that stuff, did you put up the horse picture?
The horse picture. What horse picture? Oh, no,
Is
that's
that it?
right there. It was behind all those carriages that were here, so we have to put that up. But there's something here, so I'm
There's-
gonna have to put it up over on this
That's,
side.
on that side, the other side.
Yep.
You don't want to take down my three.
No, I
Bush,
gotta put it
Clinton,
over
and
here.
Perot.
Who are they?
Bush, Clinton, and Perot.
Oh, is that what they are?
Yeah, you look
I
at
thought
them.
they were just a bunch of clowns.
No, well, they were the 3 trailers behind my wagon. I had them each on a trailer, and then the 4th trailer, I had a bucket and shovel, and I had one that said they're all full of shit.
So I was close with
That's
that.
what's in that picture of the dogs in the parade up there in Newburyport.
Mm-hmm.
It's those
Those
Bush,
pictures.
Clinton, and Perot. I did those myself.
Did you?
Yeah. I'd do it on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Because parades, you need 2 sides.
Right.
They don't have to match, but you have
Yeah.
two sides.
Nice. All right.
Yeah,
So that horse will have to get.
Every once in a while, I have a artistic stroke of brilliance. Doesn't
Well, you
happen
do
very
every
often.
year when we do our dog fest shirts. You,
Dog shirts
you
aren't bad,
design those.
but our logo is not bad.
That's very nice.
No.
It's simple. It's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing for animal episodes was that donkey that Janine did it at the tender age of like 3, and she never did anything else. It really is it's
So-
around. It's a I'll find it.
I'm trying to think of
I
what
use it
looked
as the
like.
logo for animal episodes.
Because I remember your this. You know.
Well, that's that's
I
all the
remember
job.
that. Huh. I'll have to jog my memory on that one. Oh, Lila May says, why we keep a donkey. Can you read that?
Huh?
Can you read this?
Can I read it?
Yeah.
I think I've seen it before. Donkeys are great.
Yep.
They have such a bad reputation because people think they're stubborn, and they're not. They're just being careful.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you hit them and scare them, it's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Archie says, who loaded the hay?
The guy named Elvis.
Yeah, his name was Elvis, huh?
I remember that one all right. And he threw it down and Matt stacked it up
Marked it,
on
yeah.
the trailer.
Nice. Yeah, I had asked him when he drove me to get my car. I said, so how are you doing? He goes, oh, I'm feeling good for today. You may be a little sore tomorrow.
He's more fit than you. He gives himself credit for.
Yeah.
Because that blower that he uses is heavy.
Yeah, and for him to sit there and
All the
swing
time.
that, and, yeah. Fluffy says, hello ladies. Lynn, is there a plan for future puppies? Well, we're hoping that we have future puppies possibly in the early spring. Don't ask me which dogs, no idea. But that's pretty much our goal. Ninora. Happy holidays, everyone. Sorry I haven't been in for some time. Are we seeing new puppies in the near future? I just answered that one. Oh,
They
look
are
at that
cute.
one. 9 years ago, Sienna, showing off her bone on Puppy Hill. The Scarlets were 2 months old, and we just started visiting on Puppy Hill. That is so cute. Yes, Crafty Wallace was neutered this week.
Okay, now let's get it straight.
Wallace the dog was neutered
Wallace
this
the
week.
dog was neutered.
Wallace the bull rider was not neutered this week.
No, but he came out. There's a horse over there that Janine thinks she's going to ride. Right now it's bucking around like crazy. And Wallace is riding it. So I was supposed to go over and take video of it so she would see how it was behaving. So he walks down out of the barn with this nice looking horse, 4 white legs,
Okay.
and he is limping.
The horses?
Wallace.
Oh, Wallace is limping.
Wallace was
Oh, dear.
limping.
Oh, dear.
So I wrote back to Janine about, Wallace being limping. And all she saw was the limping. She, oh my God, the horse is limping. She didn't care whether it was Wallace. And then we got into the neutering of Wallace, and it really
It just spread like wildfire.
Awkward name.
Oh, that's funny. Mail call with Carlene and Lynn. Sizzle and her boys are somewhere around too. We have Larky over there examining the wood pile. Larka.
Lockie, get out of there.
And Jimmy is sleeping
Why do you
over
do that?
there.
What do you got into that for? You're very good. Why don't you get into the bed? Go get in bed. Get into bed.
And Pico
Get
says,
into bed. There we go. What a good boy. Got 1 foot in.
yeah.
Into bed.
Almost. He thought about it.
That's a big dog. You know what-
He is a big dog. He's
What the? Does anybody weigh him lately?
well, they weighed him I think last month because he had his all warmer. I don't know. I can find out though. How much do you think?
Bentley got up to 170 pounds and was a little heavy. That's a big dog.
He's a big dog, but I don't think he's
Bentley's
big as
160.
in fat. I think that
No.
he looks good.
Oh yeah, he looks good.
So how much you think?
I bet she's 160.
160? What do you think, Lark? You feel like hopping on a scale on Sunday? A
Okay,
scale?
now I remember before we had a scale, trying to get the front end on one scale and the back end on another. Because that theoretically is the way you can weigh something.
Can you? Does that?
It should. Why would it not? Give me a break here now. Come on with the physics. You know.
How
Well-
far apart would your?
They're just bathroom scales. But
Let's
why?
think about
Okay,
this.
so if we had 2 of them, I mean, you could do the same yourself. 1 foot on each one. The total should be what you weigh.
I don't have 2 scales to try it. Now I
don't
want to
either,
try it.
thankfully.
Pico says, Carlene, your dancing Pam Paul Dog Fest t-shirt was a masterpiece.
That was.
That was very good. A very hungry pup
Is
with...
that the one that always, or is that the one with the spot?
Yeah, that's Bessie.
my friend, the
she
dog?
always has a foot up.
She's a
She's
nice
just so
dog.
silly. She's so silly. And Paul asks, is Tribbles Kirk in Kennel 9 right now? Yes, he is. Yeah, they visit for the day occasionally. And Wildflower says, sweet, larky, big boy. He is. He's a good boy. They did really well with, what's her face? Tasha in the car
Oh, yeah.
this morning. Yeah. All the people were like, we're not going to put that dog in with those. I go, yeah, sure, why not, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. She did fine. She did fine, absolutely.
We are trainers, we are. They would not dare.
Yeah. No, she's a nice dog. Very nice dog.
Is she?
Yeah. Very smart.
She's the next
thinker.
one to go?
No, she's not the next one to go. We have 2 more that are just about ready to go. Just about. We really need to start honing in on sharpening them up and putting them out.
Get them out.
Get them out. Yep.
Head them up, get them out. Rawhide. There's a song about that. Head them up, get them out, rawhide. Sorry, I can't remember the rest of it. It was something like the lead-in to that cowboy TV show with the 3 men, the two sons and the father. Oh, come on now.
2 sons and a father.
Michael Landon was one son.
Yep.
Maybe he wasn't. Somebody will know.
Roxy's mother tried to stay away from
Who was it?
You're not talking
Camelot.
about not the rifleman.
No. It's like Camelot, but that's not the one. Began with a C, I'll almost bet.
Chuck Wagon. No.
The ranch.
Let's Google. Where's our friend Google?
Well, these people will tell you. Just wait long enough.
All right. I hope they're listening. There we go.
Who was the
What was the name of the TV show?
show that had
a,
a father and 2 of his sons?
and it was a Western.
Oh, yeah.
And do you want
Well,
to,
maybe it was 3 sons. There was Michael, and then a sober-looking guy, and then a rotund one. They were 3 sons. Oh, Camelot. No, that's not it.
all right,
That's the name of
say
the-
the words again from the song. Maybe that'll jog their memory. I don't know.
Head 'em up, rawhide.
All right.
I'm not sure that was from that show.
That's
Oh,
what's
really? Come on, you guys. Get it with it.
Oh, ready?
Here we go.
Bonanza!
Bonanza! Got it. Yes, you're right.
Thank you, Lila Mae. And Swan.
Everybody's going to be getting that.
No, I've never seen that show in my life, sorry. And I only know about
Bonanza.
The Rifleman because my husband watches the repeats.
Here we go. We got everybody's going to tell us
Everyone's
now.
gonna- There you go. There was a show called Rawhide, I believe. And Tammy says Bonanza.
Okay, so who are the 3 guys? Oh, there we go.
Oh, here's your
Move about, head 'em up, move about.
Rawhide. Cut
Yeah.
'em out, ride 'em
Yeah.
in. Ride 'em in,
Clint
cut 'em
Eastwood
out.
played that role. That was different.
Ah,
I worked with Clint Eastwood.
did you?
Yes.
How was he?
He was a very busy man.
Was he nice? Was he
Very official, but just quick
very business
business.
monotone?
And it was pigeons. Goddamn pigeons. It was pigeons, and by the time it was the pigeons deal, I had to have pigeons that were banded. The animal rights people had gotten into this, and I was no more catching them off 95 and turning them loose on 95.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have homing pigeons that were banded. And so I did.
Well, you can click on this when you have your volume on, and you can
Yeah.
listen to it. Ponderosa. Do you remember that?
Ponderosa, yeah. What the
Didn't that have a rawhide?
Bonanza?
Bonanza was the show.
Ponderosa was the name of the. That's the same thing, isn't it? Bonanza was the show. Ponderosa was the name of their ranch.
I don't know. Bonanza was 3 sons. Little Joe, Hoss,
Little
and
Hoss,
Adam.
yep, and Adam. Yep.
Boy, you guys are good.
And who was the father?
Oh, hold on. It had a very young Clint Eastwood. It wasn't Clint Eastwood, was it? No.
No.
He would have been really young. Rawhide had no
No.
sons. First prime time in color, but we had black and white TV. All right, she wants to know who the father was. Who played the father in that show?
They was oh God. He was a very wise, very cultured, very wise father. It reminded me, there's a politician who was once involved with, no, can't go there.
Lorne Green.
Lorne Green, yep.
Thank you, Jerry. That was played by Lorne Green. Wow.
I don't think I ever would have remembered that if I'd sat here long enough. It would have had to come to me in a bolt of lightning type.
All of a sudden, you would have sat up in
That's
bed
right.
and going, Lorne Green!
Then I would have sent out an email to everybody, Lord Green!
And everyone would have been, what is she talking about? Oh, here you go. There's another. Oh, sung by Johnny Cash and Lorne Green.
Yeah,
The song was? Oh.
that's a long time ago. Bonanza.
Bonanza Ranch.
So
is
what was the
between-
Ponderosa? There it is. It's there. That's it. See?
Yeah. What is
It's their
the name
ranch.
of their
was-
land. Thank you, Lark. Bonanza Ranch is between South Shore, Lake Tahoe, and Carson City.
Huh.
What other famous people did you work with during your
Oh.
mail call episodes? Oh,
A lot.
yeah.
See, the problem was I didn't know. So that I behaved perfectly normally around everybody, and
So you weren't starstruck or anything
No.
like that. You just
one of my more famous episodes was, now see, I gotta remember a name now, Robin Williams.
Oh, really?
I had lunch with him. I sat between him and the guy that looked exactly like him,
Was
With
it
his
the
double.
His stunt double. Yep.
because he had somebody, they used the double to set the lighting and get everything all straight, and then he'd come out and do the shot, and you know.
Huh.
And that was when we had swans,
Mm-hmm.
the swans down on Boston Common.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a great tremendous law about you will not bother the swans on Boston Common. All those would-be policemen, rangers on horseback
Oh, the Mounties.
who knew that they weren't supposed to let anybody fool with the swans. And here I'd been hired for this, you know, with a camera, you know, and it's expensive. I was supposed to chase the swan a certain place. I had a canoe with a hole in it. Yeah, we got it.
Did you
We
get
got it.
ticketed or anything? Did you get in any trouble grabbing?
Huh?
Did you get any trouble getting those swans, or they were
Oh,
okay
no,
with
we
it?
just, I left that, see that there on the set, there's somebody who's in charge of everything. So there was a guy that just took the other guy away. That's why I believe that the guy who shot somebody,
Yes.
that was not his fault. Because on the set, you had somebody who was in charge of the bullet and the gun.
Mhm.
And that was the only thing that guy had to do. So that's the guy who's responsible for that death.
Hmm.
You get some of these big movies.
That was Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
you get some of these big movies. There is somebody who's in charge of everything,
Right.
and that's what you do when you do nothing else. And that's what I was. I was the animal. the lady with the ass when it was the donkey. The lady with the donkey, with the dog, with the whatever, you know.
Oh, there you go. There's a picture of
Yeah.
him. Our Canadian infiltration army that was invading the U.S. movie and TV industry.
Who's the Congress, the politician that was involved with the UN? Half black.
That's the wrong
Yes,
person.
you do know. Nice guy. He should have run for president. Nice man.
Ben Cartwright, played by Lorne Green.
Ben Cartwright. Yep. Wow.
Ponderosa was a steakhouse too. There you go, Lila Mae. That's what I remember with Ponderosa. It was a
That's right.
steakhouse.
Yeah.
It was. I remember going there when I was little. My parents used to take us
Well,
there.
I've just had the best steak I've had in a long time. It was good, and I put it on this morning at breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought I'd have it for lunch, and I didn't have lunch, and I didn't have breakfast. I had it mid-afternoon. It was good,
And then you went to bed.
and then I went to bed.
That's awesome.
Well, I was up since 2.
That's crazy.
Come on.
Oh, okay. Fluffy says the most famous became Little Joe.
Little Joe.
Mike Landon played him.
House on the Prairie.
Yeah, Little House on the Prairie. My sister owns a ranch close to the area where Bonanza was supposed to be.
Huh.
That's interesting. Robin Williams gave one of the eulogies at my cousin Chris's funeral. They were best friends at Juilliard in the drama department.
Huh. He's a nice man. You know who else was very nice? Was Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
I had no idea who she was. And she almost ran me over with the car. I think I've told that story, though.
I have not heard that story.
I think it was Love Letters or something like that. It was filmed down here in Rockport. And I had to come up with a dirty, rotten-looking dog that would have been the town dog that just hung around and nobody owned. And I had to have it lie down, fall asleep in the gutter, which was where Ellen DeGeneres was supposed to park her car. And so she's supposed to come swinging in with the car and slam the brakes on because the dog is in her parking place. And that was the whole shot. I don't know what the movie was about, but that's all I know. At any rate, the animal rights people were all up in arms because they were afraid that she was going to hit the dog. And they really didn't give a shit the fact that I was right there 6 inches from the dog, right just off camera saying, "Don't you move."
Right. So she technically would have hit you
They
before
didn't
hitting
care
the dog.
about it.
They didn't care about
That'd
that.
have been fine.
Oh my gosh.
I can almost picture the tall woman.
Ed Muskie? What's that mean? Do you know who that is?
Yeah,
Who's that?
I think that's who I was thinking of. Politician that was in the,
Okay.
yep,
I would have never known that one. No.
that's a nice man. He was like Lorne Green in the movie, in the Bonanza thing.
Well, that is so cool. Well, I think you should put some thought into re-upping for another 52 episodes.
I'll give
And
it some thought. Just after I have another nap.
there you go. We'll catch you first thing in the morning on one of these mornings.
No,
and-
you're gonna go ask him if he remembers. What was I talking about when we went across the Ipswich River? The crossing of the Nile or something.
There you go. Why no lights in the ice house? They probably fed the dogs, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that once Haley brings Chloe out, there's no one in that puppy room, so lights are out.
Oh.
All right.
Now, just one talk about lights. I keep seeing that triple light that casts all sorts of LED light.
Yeah.
I bought at least one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Did it ever get put up anywhere?
Yep. We have one in the feed room in the barn.
Is that good?
Love it. I bought one that's in my.
Well, they had
My
a
kennel.
special deal on them. See, I thought, ew. We ought to have them. I can't even see it.
We had one that burned out, actually, Bud, it was in the puppy room, and it started doing this little flickering thing, and I'm thinking,
That's a bad
oh
thing.
no, something, rats eating the wires or something.
Wires.
And
Flicker wires, bad word.
yeah, and Bud said no, it was the unit itself, it was dying. So he just put a regular light bulb in, and that's what
Well,
worked.
maybe that could be my wild expense tomorrow, is to go buy one of those for $29.
They're very bright.
Yeah.
And the joke of the barn is I could perform surgeries in my room, it's so bright,
Right.
in my kennel. I like them. They're
Yeah.
definitely brighten the place right up.
Well, we've got this whole thing that's strung together with wiring that I put together over there.
Mm-hmm,
It's
Yeah.
never been good.
yeah. You
That's
just,
why we put in these couples, so I at least could see working here, but
yeah, and you can angle them, which is nice.
Yes.
But you don't wanna look into them.
I'm sure. Is that a socket I can put one in?
That one has, yeah,
That's the right socket, isn't it? Yeah, there's a socket over
maybe.
there.
Yeah, we'd have to look at it. Whereas these are kind of recessed. I don't know if they would fit in there.
It's a normal socket.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
But I like them. They're very bright though.
I'm gonna order one.
If
I
you
think
go to
two
Home,
for-
Home Depot, they sell them. That's where I picked up mine.
Do you know how far I'd have to walk to get in Home Depot?
Well,
It's-
bring your
I
service
I
dog.
I sit there and they come
Okay.
here.
Oh, yes, that is true.
I'm
That is
really,
true.
I feel I'm so glad that the real estate that we had, we put it in McDonald's and not in a small, whatever, row of shops,
Yeah,
which is what everybody wanted to do.
yeah,
No way.
yeah. Who would have thought, huh?
And restaurants that are out of business, the Continental, that we had a service dog project banquet there once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's operational.
I don't think so.
Because Judy and I, going down there to try and get the front end of my car with the plow, we almost made it past Kentucky Fried Chicken. And I said, I like 3 legs. So I went through 3 legs. She was gonna have 3 pieces of chicken finger stuff.
Yep.
And if she's gonna eat that, then we gotta get some for the dog. So I said, okay, we'll get 6 for the dogs, 3 for, that's 9, and my 3 legs. How much do you think it was?
Oh, I'm gonna guess probably close to $30.
44.
Ooh.
I didn't believe it.
Wow.
I didn't believe it.
Wow.
No drinks,
Right.
nothing.
No sides. Nothing.
No.
Just. Wow. That's crazy.
It was crazy.
So next week you're going to be very busy. You have a couple of scheduled outings. You have one on Monday and you have one on Thursday, I believe. So I will make sure that Judy is well aware
Make
of
sure
them.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Keeps me going the right direction.
yeah. So you do have some outings to go to.
And somebody else told me they had gotten in touch with you about something. Mm-hmm.
EBSCO?
Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
no, Salem.
Salem. Yep. EBSCO
Yeah,
wants us to go over to Salem State.
Yeah.
Yep, so we're gonna go 12:30 for an hour, bring a couple dogs down. Yep. Yep, that's all set. All right.
Well, let's do the frying pan deal or something, so we can have them loose.
Mhm.
As long as there's no other dogs there. Because to bring in a dog that's on a leash, we could do better.
Yeah.
Do something with them.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good night, and we will see you. What is the day of the week? Today's Friday.
You don't come in tomorrow.
I don't come in tomorrow.
That's a hell of a note. What do you gotta do that for?
So we will see
Can't you
you
do your
on-
laundry here?
I know, huh? We will see you on Sunday for chicken chatting, and it's a wrap. And
We could pick up on the chicken chatting. It's only 50%.
yeah. So if you can, buy your bricks.
Kick it in. Yep.
And I will see about getting a thermometer regulating. I have an idea on that. Have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you
Bye.
soon.